No, Mars is just coming up.
When's Saturday comes in now?
Saturn's comes up about 4 o'clock in the morning right now. Just before sunup.
If it's any help, I've got an app that showed me you can go as far as in the future if you didn't want to figure out when something rises or goes down.
For what I'm gonna do for now, just so that way we can get some dates on the website. And then we'll go by the spreadsheet. We'll put it on the website, and we'll make sure it's noted that this tentative dates may change. And I'll get this copy out to everybody, so that way we can all review it, put this, say, looks good or not. And then we'll finalize on the website and all that, we'll get that taken care of. I mean, I don't wanna spend a whole lot of time on this, because I know Lloyd has a program, I've got a little short 10-minute program. Chris has a program, I don't wanna miss that, so we'll move on to, now, that's, the reason why I was waffling around on April, March or April, I'm supposed to do supposed to schedule a Mississippi Marathon by bylaws. I want to do that. I want to see us out there. I want, if Lloyd gets elected out for, I want the paperwork so that way we can say, here's what we did. Did we get them all? If we get anybody that sees them all and gets them documented and we can verify them, then
Sorry, I had to put up a wall on that one or a red light. They really don't want you to do it all in one night because, especially in a group, because everybody's working together. They want the NCA to be done as an individual, and it's got to be done manually.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that's, I think that's the only one that I can think of that's got to be done manually. But they want you to do it manually. No
Oh,
records. So, and if you can do it manually, one person all night, hey, go for it.
Is that focus meeting?
Yeah.
Can you take it off all your hours?
It's a shame, but that's, that's it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. If we do this group,
But it would be neat if you.
that's why we have you, we bring the rules.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I mean, we go by the rules.
I got the rules here.
Yeah.
So if you want everybody setting up separately, that's not usually what a marathon's about. It's about everybody working together. It's a team thing,
Okay.
And just having fun, so
All right.
keeping each other
All right.
involved, especially the older guys.
Okay.
Keeping Jack and me away would be, spend more time doing that.
The marathons,
You notice I said me too, Jack. I didn't say just you.
the marathons that we've experienced with the club before, I mean, everybody's together, but everybody's working on their individual, but everybody can assist, like, hey, did you find this? Then you know where to point your, can you put the laser on it so we can find it with our scopes, And then you have
Then you
that,
can manually
yes,
switch.
then you have that lull, of course, around 2 o'clock in the morning when you can catch a few Zs because there's not a whole lot happening. But it's a race as the sun goes down and just before dawn.
Yeah. And if we did it for the AO League, my point was, that's why I said, if we did it for the AO League, we'd be following the rules. I would have my manual tracking mount out there. I wouldn't have any go.
But you can get a whole bunch of that now.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, so,
If you can do it manually, that's great. Each individual,
And
you know, the end of the day.
yeah, it's just, and if we, even if we just do it for fun, that's okay, too. That was just a suggestion.
I
So that way,
I recommend that you draw everything you see. That's more the fun of it. Then you have to orient your field of view, and, they require that, so. But that's not hard. I was gonna show you that tonight till I saw the thing on Dobson, and then I had that, I think you all will enjoy what I brought in.
Well, I mean, we'll have some-
How about donuts?
We'll have some program in April or March, whether it be geared toward AL, or whether it be a Messier Marathon, or it be doing the Herschel, part of the Herschel 400, whatever we can do. I just want to get that on everybody's plate. Think about what you want to do.
Great idea, though. Good idea.
Of course, we've already handled 3. I've seen a lot of people, here, take some money. That's okay with me. And that way we can get a list together and we make sure everybody votes to see whether or not we hang him with the Alcor or not. another thing I want everybody to be thinking of we've been invited to Mike Manners. TSU has invited us out. They want us to come look at their observatories and equipment they got, observe with them, have fun. I'd like to plan sometime during the year or next to do that, definitely. Because I've heard from everybody, well, we've talked about, no, let's not talk, let's do it. I mean, even if we have to carpool or something, or drag people out, we can do it.
What are you talking about doing? Just
TSU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where's their observatory at?
on campus?
Is it on campus?
And, let's see. But, if we get out and do these things, maybe we can, we'll videotape them, we'll have something show on YouTube. Look at the fun stuff we do as a club. Not just the public outreach we do, look at all the fun stuff we do. Then maybe people say, that looks fun. I want to do that. And, anybody got any questions or comments?
I think you got a lot of good ideas there. And I think that's going to help the club. It's going to increase interest. You get, especially tying in with other people, doing other activities and things like that. That really boosts interest. Okay, I was going to say something big, very tight with that. So.
Well,
I'd like to see us do a nice bulletin board sheet to put at the public library. We've got people constantly going in and out of there, and some of them are carrying astronomy books out.
yeah.
Then we should be advertising there that there is a club and we host these parties.
And with the emails going back and forth on the ad, I'd like to get that thing printed up and,
One other thing too, just because it's a public star party, it doesn't mean that you can't be working on your SEA and showing folks what's in the night sky at the
Yeah.
same time. And show them, how you're putting your data down and you're drawing the object and so forth. It should be a fun thing for them to watch and a learning experience too.
I'm making notes here, I'm not.
He's reporting you.
That's all right, she's filming it.
It's gonna be time out.
I'll take.
Okay, well, I've pretty much rambled on as much as I want to ramble on right now, unless there's any more questions, comments. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to you, because you said you're going to talk about.
Yeah, the main thing I want to bring up or talk about is, we're sitting here, we're all talking about different ways we get the information out to the public, stuff like that. I know before we've thrown out ideas about, newspaper ads, radio ads, stuff like that. But for a small club like ours, some of that stuff can be a little cost prohibitive, The price is a little too much for us to do. We would like to do it, but we can't afford it. For, a nice big ad in the paper or something other. I've been doing a little research online, and there are groups that give out grants to clubs like ours to help with their outreach programs. I've researched a couple of them. There's different requirements for different ones. So over the next month or two, it seems like most of the admission times are in the late spring, early summer is when they want you to, to turn in your admissions and everything to apply for them. And I mean, they're anywhere from, some of them you can ask is for as much as $10,000, $15,000, if you got like a big project you're doing. Most of them are more in the $300, $400, $500 ranges. If we could get a small grant, say for $300, $400, that would allow us to do a couple of nice, half-page ads in even some of the local papers and everything to get out, let people, tell about the star parties and the different things we're doing. But
I think you've got some real good ideas, and can you know how to write those grants and so forth?
Well, as I say, I may need some help on some of them because I really haven't done it before. In most of them, you gotta list some of the outreach you've already done. So, obviously I'll have to come back, to you guys, because obviously I haven't been here for the last few years. So I'll need to, get back with you guys, list some of the outreach and all the kind of stuff that we have already done as a club. To show them, kind of what we've already done and what we're trying to improve on and what we want to get out more.
Okay. What I would suggest is that the outreach that we do, let's focus on it, from your perspective, and let's do it that way. But let's don't have so much outreach that we spread ourselves too thin and we get burnt out on it.
Right.
Because that's something that just destroys a club. It will. If we just keep chasing it. When we do one, let's do it big, like you're talking about. That's a great idea, good thinking.
So over the next couple of months, now if you guys, if you run across any of the programs that give out grants online you think's good, definitely forward the information to me. Over the next couple of months, I'm gonna be looking at a few different ones and try to pick. I think we need, you need to put it into 3 or 4 different ones. That way, if we get turned down from one, maybe we get accepted on another one. So,
There's a start party, it's in the fall, it's in Cades Cove. And I think one of the clubs out in Knoxville does it. I just happened to be up there and went to it. There was 1,000 people there. And they had about 25 or 30 scopes set up all around this field. I mean, it was just packed. Of course, that's a good dark sky side. It just packed. I don't know how they advertised it. I don't know what they did to get all these people in there. But that's not exactly heavily populated right around that area. People had to drive into that thing. So, I guess maybe we can contact Knoxville clubs and find out what they do to pull people into, a big event like that. And that's, well, if you look at it, we do a couple of big events down at Fall Creek Falls. And, we don't have one that big.
Right.
I don't know if we could handle one that big.
No,
But,
not that big.
we do it fall and the spring. And that can be promoted, it can be bigger than what it is. I tell everybody that the success of the program is not how many people we have, but if I have a good time, it's a success. So that's what I look at.
But you're right.
If I have a good time, everybody else has a good
And we've
time.
talked about that, taking it once every 2 months for a public start party. At one time, we talked about that, so we've
Yeah.
all, we're gonna keep starting out. Do it
Yeah,
once a
and do a
month.
big one
Yeah.
and use this, your
And
format.
that's why I was going with that, if we got $300,
Right,
we can go a little bit further than that instead of,
right.
But that doesn't inhibit us from going out to a public library, doing that.
Now, something like that's very cheap to do.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that if they want to do that, they can go, but the big ones will need everybody to do a big one, so we need all the scopes.
So like I say, over the next couple of months, what I'll do, I'll continue to research on some of the different grants that are out there, and then hopefully, this is January, maybe around March, I'll narrow it down to 3 or 4, kind of bring them in, let everybody look at them, and then we'll decide on, a few from there, and then I'll need some help in filling out the admissions and everything, for the applications.
Yeah. Another idea on the field trip, did you put down Fire Observatory?
I didn't look it down, we can check.
Rocky would love to have us over as a group, and we can go over on a public night and look at their facilities and so forth. In fact, we could even go over and help them, set up some scopes and help them do that. As long as we're there to help them and we're not there to put up signs and stuff for our club, they won't allow that. But, it will be all in their name, so it might be an idea.
Lord, we have done that in the past. We've been down to the Dyers Observatory.
Yeah.
I don't know how long ago it was then, but it's been a while.
That's a neat place too.
Mhm.
Big scope up there. Good people up there. Rocky's real good to deal with.
Well, that's maybe one of the field trips we could do again, if everybody enjoyed it.
Ben, were you researching our status for nonprofit?
I'm trying to find it. We're no longer listed as nonprofit by IRS. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do to get that back. Apparently, somewhere along the line, a rule change occurred. You're supposed to file a tax document every year certifying that that any income you made and the fact that you're still a solvent organization. And I don't think we've been doing that.
I was just gonna say that there is another group, it's called the SEB, some veterans, and me and my dad and my brother are all in it, and it ran into the same problem with the IRS. It lost its tax exempt status because, they changed the law. And so we're having to go through the process of trying to figure out how we can get that back as well. And from what I can tell, so far with that, it's not real easy. But my dad's the one that's handling it, so I don't know all the details. But it sounds like a similar issue.
It's expensive and difficult.
He'll need that before he can do any kind of grant.
Yeah, we'll have to know that, yeah, what status we exactly are, so.
You
I'll-
have to.
I'll try to look into that a little bit.
We know the language.
Jim
I used to want to. No, did you? No, it's difficult.
And if basically you're telling Uncle Sam, I'm not gonna pay any taxes on what we do. So I can see why they wouldn't wanna make it easy.
Well, we never really charged anything for anything, so we never had income.
Yeah.
The only income we have is from our dues, and I don't know if they consider that income or not.
What about these grants?
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, we'll have to, yeah, before that, we'll have to know.
We used to have people donate stuff, you know, we could give them something, like write that off on their tax. I guess we really can't do that anymore.
So,
Please look into it and see what.
I was gonna say, man, my CPA's making enough money off me, I'll ask him to look into it. Do me a favor.
So just find out who we need to contact there at the state.
Right. Now, my CPA, he's a pretty nice guy, so I'll just ask him, you know, hey, can you just point me in the right direction? See what he says.
'Cause I imagine we went through the state and not the feds.
I know a guy that works on computers at the state, he could probably figure it.
I'll see if I can turn up anything. I might be able to get something through. I could probably go over to the IRS office and say, hey, next time y'all call, I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, let's look at what's the disadvantage if we don't go with deferred tax status?
Well, the only thing would be the grants. You could-
And we have to change our stuff on the website and stuff, you know, because we do say we're a nonprofit. That just means we have no profits.
I ain't saw a dollar from anything, so.
You can be a not-for-profit,
That's right.
right,
Yeah.
but it doesn't give you all the same advantages.
There might be something to investigate.
Yep.
We might be able to skip some of the legal load, you know.
I think what that does, that enables you to be a not-for-profit. You can take in a lot of money as long as you don't keep any of it, so you can pay it out to the officers of the organization. Serious.
Jim, we messed up on that too.
All we do is pay it to us, and then we turn right around and give it to them as a grant.
That's all done.
I'd like to share your video, but the disc is missing.
I just got the email, the article that John Dobson, does everyone know John Dobson, who he is? Dobsonian?
I sent
Yeah.
the email out to
He's the one
everybody
that,
today.
yeah, I got it, I
Should've.
guess Jack sent it
Yeah,
out.
thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. And he gave a little bit of history of him and so forth. What city was he in, Los Angeles? or
San
San
San Francisco? But he was one of the original sidewalk astronomers out there. And it's this, I've got a, part of this DVD is kind of covering him, and it's,
There's no disc in it today.
pardon?
The disc is missing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the end. Did I forget something else?
I thought I saw one in there with the donuts.
Pretty sure.
Oh, is that the crunchy donut?
That's it.
The mailing group.
Yeah,
You might wanna
I was
check your
looking
emails.
at, it, make sure everything's okay.
JD Saturn's coming up now at 2:08 today, this morning, tomorrow morning will be 2:08. It's making a difference. Mars will be up, but Mars isn't much to look at.
And I did post a thing on our website about it too.
It's in the write-up. Well,
Oh, no,
this is something that,
2 o'clock.
Rocky and I, we went out to Riverside years ago and went to a big car party out there in California, Big Bear Lake, I think, yeah. And he was there, so we were there talking with him and everything. And he's really a peculiar fellow. He was sitting there in the sunny with his shirt off and everything. All these people were around him because he's a famous guy, you know, among the amateur astronomers. You Google him and his name comes right up. So he's out there. he was what, 98?
Yeah.
Maybe that suggests that amateur astronomers live longer. Maybe the hobby's good for you.
He was an atheist who turned to a Buddhist.
Yeah, he did.
So he led the Buddhist life, and that probably contributed to longevity more than.
Well, he lived for a while, but didn't he sneak out at night? And I think he was showing this video that he snuck out and he built telescopes, and he would keep them in different people's garages. Then he would sneak out and do star parties, and that's when they kind of booted him out of it. Was a monastery that they're in. They kind of booted him out of that. But he was a chemist, I think, PhD chemist.
Yeah, I forget
Well,
what
that's
the
what-
theories are.
Chemist or biologist, chemist, I think.
Yeah, quite a background, but quite a fellow. If, and he, as far as I'm thinking, he kind of started the modern outreach, the way it's done now. And he's kind of the granddaddy of that, and we've got that
You know, there's a lot of excitement about that, and that's something we could even do. We could show up in front of the library like a flash mob, you know? We don't have to have any agenda, other than just put scopes out there and
Well,
see.
the problem with
That's one thing
libraries
else they
is
did
the
start
hours.
doing.
Hendersonville, they close at 8 o'clock, Gallatin closes at 7 on 2 nights, rest of the time it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So you run into you can set it up out there, but there wouldn't, be any library.
Well, we used to want to do
No,
the library parties in the wintertime.
The only
going.
one-
Winter, yeah, from 6
yeah.
to 8.
Portland
That's
is
all
the only
cold weather I
library.
want anyhow.
Well, as far as that goes, we
Yeah,
got
I
a
mean,
solar scope.
If you set, if you set a bunch of telescopes out in front of a library, how many people want to stop just to see what's going on? You know?
And we do have solar scopes and solar filters.
Yeah, so I mean, because I was gonna ask for volunteers. Me and her been talking, but I was gonna set up at Walmart one day, right there for, get permission to set up in front of the door. Borrow the solar scope and take my 8SE out there and just put it on the sun. And as people walk in and out, say, hey, look, the sun, what do you think? You want to see more space? Meet us out here.
Portland Library is the only one that stayed open late, when we had stuff up there.
It was the neatest start party. People were actually waiting for us. They had lawn chairs out and stuff, and we drove up, what a greeting that was. Can we help you unload?
No, big why do you want to be like that?
Has Bilbo ever contacted you about the Boy Scouts?
No, not yet.
He sent me another one, and I sent him your email address. I don't know. Guess he hadn't written you yet.
Look at that picture. Can you turn it up?
No?
Where's popcorn, boys?
How about donuts? Yeah.
Let's turn up some more music.
Is that the volume?
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, it's
And
about-
Turn it up.
a paper towel.
That's as high as it's gonna go, unfortunately.
We're so here.